Today we're doing another episode of the Fincke-ing Corner with Steve Delaney. Steve's a former English teacher, and he is an avid reader. The man reads more books in a year than I've probably read in the last 5. He's the man. We share a birthday. He's awesome. Today we are going to talk about books that are too long. So Steve, what do you got?
Yeah, so we call them the doorstop sometimes, right? Where they're like the 800-page novels and
The paperweights.
it's interesting because you can think about it in a couple ways, right? 800-page book it just sounds so big, but there's other books that are like 300 pages long. You're like, you could have cut out 50 pages of this book. One of the books for me that's like that is The Great Alone. Kristen Hanna, I believe is her name, came out maybe 5 years ago and was one of those big things. One of those top of every list kind of reviews. And it's if you cut it off 30 pages earlier, I would have loved that book. It's like this was a 5-star, but then you decide it gets a little bit too deus ex machina at the end there, where some things resolve too quickly or too nicely, too coincidentally. And it's like, you had a good ending going there. You could have wrapped it, buttoned it up here, but you try to tack that on. So there's books like that where 300 pages and it could have been 275 and we all could have called it a day. But then there's some books I love that 800 pages long. Like I read Lonesome Dove a few years ago. It is considered like the greatest Western writing of all time. Like a Western in terms of the country Western kind of idea. It's 800 pages and it doesn't feel like it. Stephen King's 11/22/63. Have you read that one?
I have not.
So it's the idea that the guy time travels back to the Kennedy assassination in order to try and prevent it. And it's again 890 pages long, and you don't feel it kind of thing. So I think there's some books that can be huge books, those doorstops, and they can be fantastic. And there's books that can be short and again, you could cut off 20, 30 pages from it.
So it's interesting you bring up Stephen King. So my wife is currently reading The Institute by Stephen King.
Mm-hmm.
She got it from the library. She thought she was going to like it. She thought I would like it. She's like, I'll read it and I'll let you know. And she has maybe like 20 pages left right now at the time we're talking. And she said it's like an 800-page book. And she basically said the same thing. She's like, it's an 800-page book, but it doesn't feel like it's been 800 pages, which has been good. And I'm sort of the same way. Like, if a book is sort of moving and it's long, that's fine. But I have read some books where it's like it's moving and then it slows down, and then it's moving again, and then it slows down. And with having 2 little kids right now, reading an 800-page book is not on my docket, not because it's not good, but because it would take me that much longer to finish it. And I would probably forget a lot of information between the time I pick it up and the next time I pick it up. So hopefully when my kids get older, I could tackle some stuff like that, but not at this moment. The book I'm going to harp on right now, and this is going to make a lot of people upset, I think. And this book is very good. And it's very well loved, but Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, too long. Too long.
I want to hear your take on this because it's funny. When I was thinking about this question earlier today, I thought about this too. I'm wondering what your take is.
So I read the Harry Potter series as an adult. I didn't read it as a kid. I read it maybe a little bit before COVID, so maybe about 10 years ago. So it's been a minute. I could definitely use a refresher, but I felt like most of the books for me, in the series they get longer as they go, felt pretty quick. Even though they were longer, felt pretty quick. I remember reading Deathly Hallows and it was like speed up to do nothing. It felt like speed up to do nothing, speed up to do nothing. Like we're doing stuff and now we're out camping somewhere for like a long time, and then something happens, but now we're out camping somewhere again because we're hiding. So. That was a book where I was like, we could probably take 200 pages out of here of just sort of like running away and hiding from things. And the book would still be fantastic, and it wouldn't feel like I was really trying.
I agree. I definitely think it idles at times, and then I think that I feel like that last chapter, or whatever you want to call it, the epilogue, it is very much fan service. Like it feels like she's shouting out, oh, when he names his kids and all, and it just feels like you had a book that could have ended 30 pages ago, but you wanted us to all have that fuzzy feeling of them and all their careers and all that 20, 30 years from now, whatever it was. You didn't need that. You could have just ended it. Ended at Hogwarts. Don't make it about what they became later in life. I didn't need that last 20, 30 pages. Or whatever it was of it last epilogue is.
And maybe she couldn't tell us at the time, but especially since like we got a play later that basically tackled all that.
Yeah.
And I imagined that wasn't in the cards and the plans initially, but like our generation sort of grew up on Harry Potter, and I know I had friends that like when the movies ended literally cried because it was like, what do I do now? Harry Potter has been such a big part of my life for such a long time. But I will say, like, I read all the Harry Potter books. I thought they were good, but I remember reading Deathly Hallows, and I'm like, man, like, there were the lulls were like, lulls. I'm like, what are we doing? And for being almost 800 pages, like, and the final book, like, this is like the big climactic ending. It's like, we could take like one little break if you want, but like, it felt like every other chapter we were taking a break. Well, don't take a break from us. You should definitely keep watching the channel. You should subscribe. You should let us know what book you think is too long. You should follow Steve on Goodreads, see what he's up to, see what he recommends. The man knows his stuff if you haven't been able to tell just from listening to him here. And we will catch you next time.